Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today's March 25th, and that means day 84 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we wrap up printing up the chassis parts for the OpenRC F1 project, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 84 of the 3DP 365 project. We're wrapping up the chassis parts for the OpenRC F1 project. Yesterday we printed out the rear chassis, and if you want to get caught up, I created a really cool playlist that shows all the prints we've done so far. But on today's episode, we printed out the front chassis piece, and this part turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the results. There is a few little issues, but first, let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download this part. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Then we'll meet back here at the workbench and we'll talk about this print. Okay folks, here we are at Thingiverse once again, and it's the OpenRC Formula 1 car. And remember, I'll have the links to all these files down in the description. And for today's print, we're printing the front chassis piece. That's this piece right here. So let's tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this print. Alright, so here we are in Simplify 3D, and I've dropped the model down on the print bed, and this is a very cool part of this model. So let me show you my process settings. Under layer height, we did our 0.2mm layer height, and like the rear chassis, we are doing 4 top solid layers and 3 bottom solid layers and 3 perimeters. We're also running that brim by entering 0 in the skirt offset at 6 outlines, and I'm using 6 outlines just to make sure this part stays flat. For infill, we're using 25%, the same as we did for the rear chassis part, just to make sure this is nice and strong. We did not generate any support material. Under temperature, this is MatterHackers PRO PLA, so I'm using a single temperature for all my printing, and that's 208. Under cooling, I have a 3-stage cooling system set up. And then under speed, we ran this out at 45 millimeters per second. So let's hit OK, and let's hit prepare to print, and I'll show you how it's sliced. And there's our quick and easy slice, and let's play this through. And I believe this is only 21 layers, just like the rear chassis part that we printed yesterday. Yep, it's 21 layers. So let's head over to the workbench and let's talk about the print. Alright, so you saw my settings in Simplify 3D, and here's our finished part. And I did have a little bit of under extrusion on the top and on the bottom layers, but the rest of the model turned out great. This MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of gray is the perfect choice for our chassis pieces. And even though we did have a little bit of under extrusion, my gMax did an amazing job of picking up all the other details, which are the screw holes and all the tie spots. But the big question is does this fit with the rear chassis piece we printed yesterday? Alright, so we have our 2 pieces, and Daniel did a good job of making a key that would slide these 2 together. So let's see how they fit. They should slide together perfectly. Yes, they do. That's a perfect fit. That's awesome. Our chassis piece is all ready for mounting up the hardware. So I think we're done with the chassis pieces. Well, that about wraps it up for day 84 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you guys are printing your own OpenRC F1 project and following along with us. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.